Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Hopefully the sun is shining where you're at. It's shining where I'm at. And maybe it's at the guest place too. But boy, do we have a venture waiting for you today. And plus, we have a very special guest that I'm getting anxious to introduce because he's got definitely a great adventure for us. But welcome to Speak Up and Empower. This is an online community based of experts who've got something important to say. And I'm with Real Talk Travel. And of course, travel is so exciting and inspire you, empower you. And who doesn't want to travel? We're just got itchy feet ready to roll. And our special guest, Tyler. Welcome to our Real Talk Travel show today. And he's with Rocky Mountaineer. So Tyler, tell us all about where our adventure is going to take us today.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much, Susan. Super happy to be here. Hello to everybody joining in from wherever you are. I'm here in Toronto, not too far from Susan. So yes, we are getting sun where we are, but it was rainy today earlier. So you never know what you're going to get when you're in Canada, which is part of the fun. But when the weather is nice, we absolutely always want to go out and explore this amazing country that we have. So that's why I'm here. I'm so excited to be here and be able to share some of the information I have about Rocky Mountaineer. I've been with the company since early in 2020, pre-pandemic. So we were eagerly awaiting that time when we can bring guests back on board. So I do have some special announcements about that. But really, I just want to give an overview and let you in on the secrets of Rocky Mountaineer, the whole experience, what luxury train travel really means, because I know here in Canada, you hear luxury, you hear train, and you might be thinking to yourself, really, do those two go together? But hopefully by the end of this short presentation, you will be a believer. We want to get you back excited about traveling, exploring this great country. So let's move in the first step, phase one, I guess, of travel, bringing it all back. So we are so excited to announce that coming this July, actually less than a month away, we will be welcoming guests back on our train for the first time since the fall of 2019. So almost 20 months. July 5th is our opening day. We're rolling out the red carpet. Things are going to look a little bit different, obviously, this year than they have in years past, and maybe for any other year to come. But you know, health and safety is on everyone's mind. It's our number one priority. It's our only priority in bringing back travel, making sure it's safe and sound and secure for you, the travelers, for our operations team, our guest service hosts, and you know, everything in between, on the train, off the train. So I do want to share a little bit of information about that. But yes, you can check it on your calendar, circle the date, July 5, Rocky Mountaineer will be rolling again from our Vancouver station. So look out for that. Now, obviously, with health and safety, it is our number one priority. And we just want to let you know, over these past 20 months, we have been working tirelessly to make sure that everything is up to government, federal, provincial standards, and following all necessary guidelines and exceeding them. This comes to, you know, pre-board screening for guests, rapid testing before you board the train, enhanced sanitation and disinfection, services on board the train. After every service, we've upgraded our air filtration system, which was always using fresh air from outside the train, but you know, we can always be doing better. So we will be having a limited capacity to start the year. So that's just one thing that we want to let people know. Typically for Gold Leaf, which will be operating in July, it's around 68 or 70 passengers on the train. So we're looking at doing about half capacity. And then hopefully as things keep getting better and better throughout the season, we can increase the capacity loads. But if you do have any questions about this, you want to stay up to date, the best resource I can point you towards is our Rocky Mountaineer website. We have a preparing to go section section. So if you've already booked your trip or you're planning on traveling in 2021, absolutely check out this page. But for the most up-to-date information on our health and safety guidelines and protocols, you can check out our COVID-19 landing page. This is the site map at the very bottom of the page, but there's a pop-up at the top so you can't miss it. And it really outlines everything that we are doing to combat the spread of COVID-19 and keeping you safe on the train in your Rocky Mountaineer journey. It was just updated a couple weeks ago, so we'll be continually doing that throughout the year. But enough about that. Let's talk about some of the fun stuff, what Rocky Mountaineer is known for. You know, whether or not you're traveling in the 2021 season with these new COVID protocols, there are some things that COVID cannot take away from us, and it cannot stop the Rocky Mountain experience. All the way through, you will experience world-class service. That's on the train with our hosts, that's with our fine dining, that's with our hotel partners, our sightseeing guides, our guest experience team, but also, you know, from the very beginning of your booking process, working with amazing travel advisors like Susan, it's going to be as seamless and effortless and as smooth as possible, because when you get on the train, we just want you to sit back and relax. Your job is done. It is a feast for your senses. So I mentioned it is fine dining on the rails, breakfast, lunch included. These are meals that are being prepared hot, fresh, and ready. So no packed lunches, no boxed lunches or sandwiches from the night before. We have full kitchen stations on board. So anything that you can imagine, absolutely, we can cook it up for you. But it's not just for your taste buds. It's a full auditory and immersive experience happening around you. It's a very social experiment that's on the train, very interactive. You will get to know the people well that you're traveling with, and you know you're just in for an amazing treat.
And Tyler, what about diet restrictions?
100% we can take care of that, because we are preparing the food hot, fresh, ready on the train, locally sourced ingredients. If you have allergies, if you're vegan, gluten-free, vegetarian, we can absolutely accommodate that for you, even on the fly. But the more information you can give us ahead of time, we'll note that and make sure that we have something great for you.
So everybody should be on the train, right? We should all be wanting to book this.
Oh, no, absolutely. Bring your appetite. You will not go hungry. You will not go thirsty. That I promise you. I have some amazing pictures of the food coming up later. But when you're not blown away by what's happening on the train, you're going to be blown away by what you're seeing outside the windows. This leisurely experience, traveling around 30, 35 miles per hour, weaving through the Rockies and mountain ranges, northern BC and Alberta, from the west coast of Vancouver into the rugged terrains of the Okanagan, and then into the Rockies. There's wildlife, nature, just amazing scenery all around you. So whether you're traveling in the spring, summer, or fall, this daytime only travel experience, it's ever changing. So you could have done the Rocky Mountaineer 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. If you do it again this year, 2021 or 2022, I guarantee you'll feel like it's the first time you're doing it.
Well, they're going to see landscape that you can't get by car, right?
100%. Yeah. That's a great point. While we do have a lot of travelers who like to do a self-drive combined with their rail portion, the train tracks that you will be going on in our 3 Canadian routes are going through areas and territories that you can't get to by foot, you can't get to by car. So it is as close to nature as you can possibly get, and just amazing sights and sounds that really there's no other way to experience it. So as you can see here on the map, we cover quite a distance from the wet, wild west coast of British Columbia. We do have our main station out in Vancouver. And then the other main attractions that we'll be going to are Jasper in the north in Alberta, Lake Louise, and Banff in the south. And then in between, you have some amazing stopping points, your midpoints of Kamloops, Whistler, and Quesnel. And that's where you'll be getting off the train, resting your head for a little bit. We always get asked the question, where do you sleep while you're on the train? And I always say, well, hopefully you're not sleeping at all, because you'd be missing everything.
Yes.
Each journey, you start early in the morning. It is a full day. It's like a nature documentary that you're taking part of. You get rolling by about 8 in the morning or so. You have breakfast on the train, you have lunch on the train, unlimited snacks and beverages while you're experiencing this amazing rail route. And then you get off probably around 4 or 5 p.m., just depending on the route. So in Kamloops, you get off the train, transfer to your hotel, get to rest your head a little bit or take a walk around the town. You might want to grab a quick bite to eat, but again, I promise you, you will be well fed on the train. Do it all again the next morning. Get to the train station in Kamloops and work your way to Lake Louise or Banff. So this is where the customization comes in. It's really a choose your own adventure. You can do these routes east to west, west to east, north to south, south to north. You can combine them in any way, as you see here. I'll start with this one, Rainforest to the Gold Rush. It's our longest route that connects Vancouver to Whistler, then due north up to Jasper, hooking around to Quesnel, and then hooking around to Jasper. So that's a 3-day rail journey. Then you could combine that with journey through the clouds and work your way back to Vancouver. Or you could do a coach tour on the Columbia ice fields, work your way down to Lake Louise and Banff, hit those amazing national parks, do some sightseeing, hit tour on the ice glacier, and then maybe, take first passage to the west, our oldest, most iconic route back to Vancouver, or fly out of Calgary. So there's really so many options, spring, summer, or fall. We have something for everybody.
I have a quick question for you, Tyler, is the fact that if they fly into Calgary or obviously Vancouver, the station is there, but if you fly, is the transfers included, or is that separate that they have to get?
Yeah, absolutely. You can build in transfers into your package, so it can be as white glove service, seamless as you like. Very, very easy flights from all of Canada into Calgary, and then it's just a short transfer, about an hour or so into Banff. So up to you. If you want to spend some time in Calgary, you can add on hotel nights there, or you can get right into the thick of it and move into Banff and start your adventuring there. So it's really up to you, and this is why it's so important to work with a travel advisor putting it together, because there's so many different ways that you can slice it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So to get started, we like to think that there's 4 main components of any Rocky Mountaineer tour. It doesn't matter which route you're doing, what time of year, how much time you want to spend in Vancouver or Banff before or after the train. You got to start with your rail route. So we'll talk about that in a second. Then we have 2 amazing service levels for you to choose from on and off the train. When do you want to travel is step 3, spring, summer, or fall, and then everything that you can do on and off the train before you step foot on the Rocky Mountaineer. That's what's going to make your package one of a kind, totally unique to you, give you bragging rights to your friends and family and say, look at what I did here, look at what I did here.
Yes.
Selfie and photo ops. So let's talk about our 3 amazing routes quickly. First passage to the west, our tried, tested, and true, our most iconic. This is our most popular by far, and this was the one that connected Vancouver to Lake Louise and Banff through Kamloops. If you've never spent time in the West Coast, this is like Rockies Adventure 101 for you, because you get Vancouver, you get Lake Louise, you get Banff, you get the Okanagan. Here's some amazing scenes that you literally can't miss. These majestic mountains, beautiful emerald green lakes. Yeah, the Fraser Valley.
Stunning.
Well, Susan, you're from Alberta.
Yes.
We call these hero shots because you could put them on a postcard. It's just so beautiful. Changes in elevation. You'll actually go through the spiral tunnels. You're not going around the Rockies. You're going right through them. And it really tells the history of Canada as a country coming together as one nation, because combining the East and the West, joining them through the Rockies, it was an engineering marvel. So for any history buffs, for any train buffs, you are going to love this. Moving on to Journey Through the Clouds. Now, on this route, you noticed it was very similar between Vancouver and Kamloops. On day 1, the exact same, but then you take that northern jaunt, and you're just going to get into the heart of wilderness. Pyramid Falls. It's not exactly Niagara Falls, but it's so tranquil, so beautiful to have this as your backdrop, as your setting. You're going to see a little bit more pronounced change in the seasons as well. So if you're traveling, say, in the fall or in the spring, you're really going to notice that difference moving away from Vancouver, getting up north. And look at the beautiful colors on the foliage in the trees that you get by Moose Lake. Mount Robson, I have to point out, it's the highest point in the Canadian Rockies. And I would say you literally can't miss it. It's the highest mountain in the Canadian Rockies. It's usually shrouded in mist and clouds like a scene out of Lord of the Rings. It's so high, it actually has its own weather system up there. So it's an unbelievable sight to take in, breathtaking. And you can see the train goes right by it.
And now, you want to do some hiking around it if an opportunity arises.
Unbelievable. And then finishing off with Rainforest of the Gold Rush, personally my favorite, just because it's so different. It really focuses on British Columbia. So maybe if you've done the touristy areas of Banff and Lake Louise before, you want to do something different, you want to head due north, get in touch with wilderness, Rainforest of the Gold Rush will take you there. But it's just so amazing, the different geographic regions, starting in Vancouver. It's so temperate and mild in the summer, almost tropical. You're carving up Howe Sound along the mountainside to get to Whistler, which is a world-class destination. You actually get there in the afternoon, so you have almost the full day to spend to yourself discovering, shopping, amazing restaurants, downtown Whistler Village, so walkable and fun. And then you head due north up to Quesnel, and this is really where you're moving from the rainforest to the gold rush into the rugged.
Dramatic landscape change.
If you like lush green forests and just untamed wilderness, this is absolutely for you. Getting unplugged, wireless, leave your phone at home, forget about emails or anything like that. And then again, moving over to Jasper, which I feel like is sort of the forgotten jewel of Alberta. It combines so many amazing aspects of Lake Louise and Banff, the amazing wilderness activities and outdoor adventuring. But then it's also got this really fun, cool little downtown that comes alive in the summer, very walkable, super friendly and approachable. So Jasper is definitely on your to-do list if you've already spent some time in the Rockies and you want to do something a little bit different.
How long is this tour? Is that 4 days?
So this one is a 3-day tour. If you're starting from Vancouver, it's a half day to Whistler. So you spend an overnight there. So night 1 there, night 2 in Quesnel, and then night 3 in Jasper. And then obviously that's your jumping off point to all the outdoor touring, maybe working your way down the Columbia Icefield to Lake Louise or Banff. So for people who want to do a little bit of a longer itinerary, Rainforest for the Gold Rush is like absolutely, you can't sleep on that one.
Yeah.
And then this just gives you an idea of how you can sort of connect everything with a circle journey. We have anything from 2 days all the way up to 13. So, and anything in between. Our packages are fully customizable. We have something like 80 or 90 different ones going in either direction. So you have no shortage of options. The only sort of limit is your creativity and working with your travel advisor. So you can absolutely brainstorm something unique and different from everyone else. Now I just want to touch quickly on the service levels that we have on train. Gold Leaf and Silverleaf, both amazing. It's just going to come down to which type of traveler you are. Silverleaf is so fun because it's an all-in-one experience. It's a set it and forget it service at your seat. So you get breakfast and lunch brought to you. If you don't want to lift a finger, Silverleaf absolutely could be for you. Huge, expansive windows, very open and airy, and very social and interactive. Gold Leaf, a little bit more formal because on the main level, it's the exclusive dining lounge. And then the glass dome seating area up top is where you'll be spending most of your time. So there's a little bit more involved. You're moving back and forth for your meals. But as you can see, there's also a large, expansive outdoor viewing platform. So there's a little bit more that is going on with Gold Leaf. But even if you have mobility or accessibility issues, we do have an elevated lift, so that can accommodate anyone in that style. So really, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Here, you just get a little bit of a better look. Wow, look at those views. It's climate controlled, so you're not going to get too hot in the summer. You're not going to get too cold in the spring or the fall shoulder seasons. But so much natural light comes in. And because we are a daytime only operation, we want you to see it all.
And the platform that you can step outside, that's only in the Gold Leaf.
So it's a larger one in Gold Leaf, but as you can see here, we actually do have a breezeway that's a little bit smaller in Silverleaf.
Okay.
You can still stretch your legs. You can still get some fresh air and get to nature as well.
Get that perfect picture.
Exactly. Make sure you bring a cell phone charger or your camera because you're not going to want to miss any of this. Now, people always ask, how good can the food really be on a train? And it's going to blow your expectations out of the water. It'll knock your socks off. And we pride ourselves on being super local, super seasonal. So when you're traveling through BC and Alberta, we're going to highlight all of those amazing products from the region. So whether that's Alberta grade A beef, or Fraser Valley chicken from BC, Pacific Steelhead salmon, of course, those beautiful Okanagan wines.
Yes.
We have something for everyone. I touched on it before, but yes, gluten-free, vegetarian, vegan, any allergies we can accommodate. With Gold Leaf, if you are a foodie, if you want to dive deep into that culinary experience, then Gold Leaf is for you because it is a little bit more of an expansive kitchen. You have more selection there. Now, moving over to the hotels, again, variety is the spice of life. We want to give you choice. We have Silverleaf hotels. We have Gold Leaf hotels for your price point, for your preference. And before you ask, yes, you can mix and match. So if you want to do Silverleaf on the train, but you really want to pamper yourself at a 5-star resort when you're off the train, 100% you can do that. Or Gold Leaf on the train, Silverleaf hotels. Again, there's no right or wrong way to do it. It just depends on what kind of traveler you are and how you want to spend your time off the train. Gold Leaf is going to be our iconic, once in a lifetime, top of the list hotels, the Fairmonts, Chateau Lake Louise, the Rimrock Hotel in Banff that's literally built on the side of a cliff. But having said that, Silverleaf's nothing to sneeze at. These are your Sheratons, your Deltas, your Marriotts. Great location, very comfortable, very reputable brands. And what I love about Silverleaf is that there's tons of selection. And if location is important to you, you want to be right in downtown Banff, step outside your door and be able to do the strip or go hiking. Silverleaf provides a lot of options for that, whereas Gold Leaf hotels, you can see, they can be fairly remote because they are more of a resort type. So you're just going to want to take that into consideration as well. Now, we already talked about how on the train, it's only maybe 2 or 3 days, depending on your package. So you're going to be spending a lot of time off the train. You're really going to want to think about where you want to do that before and after your train journey. Is it going to be in Vancouver? I lived there for 3 years. It's just so magical there.
I love Vancouver. I love it. Yes.
I've never seen a city combine, big city metropolitan lifestyle with just that connection to the outdoors, walkability. You have Victoria, which is, just a quick ferry ride away. Stanley Park, which is just steps from downtown. Beautiful beaches. Maybe combine it with an Alaskan cruise. There's so much to see and do in Vancouver. 1 or 2 nights probably not enough.
No.
Now, when we talk about Banff and Lake Louise, this is right up your alley, Susan. Your territory. This is an outdoor nature lover's dream. And really, Banff and Lake Louise, you can almost think of them as one destination because they're so close to each other. But you have those amazing national parks. You have so much to see and do outdoors with hiking, the Banff gondola. You could go for a boat tour. You could do a guided tour, sightseeing. Like you could easily fill up your days with
springs
tours. Yeah, the hot springs, just so amazing. So that's a great place to just sort of set up camp for a few days. And then again, if you want to go out into the wild, I can't say enough about Jasper. So beautiful in the summer. And I think it's a great combination of Banff and Lake Louise, outdoor nature retreats, but also, you have that fun little cool downtown, but just like kind of in the middle of nowhere. I mean, Jasper is one of the most breathtaking national parks and UNESCO heritage sites. Just don't get talked about enough.
Stunning to walk that little town, go to the little pub. I just did that not too long ago. Love Jasper. It's underrated. People should really definitely spend a little more time in Jasper and just breathe in that mountain air because it is stunning and just around it. Yeah.
It's something just a little bit different.
Yeah.
So when you're in those destinations, we talked about all the things that you can do, but there's so many different ways that you can do them. A sightseeing tour, great idea for those of you who want to check a lot of things off your list, but maybe you don't want to get your hands dirty. You don't want to go hike up a mountain, but you want to see it all. You want to experience it all. It's a great way to connect destinations as well. But hey, if you want to do the Banff Gondola, if you're a bit of a Fear Factor fan, you want to do a helicopter ride, we've got the Ice Explorer. How like iconic and Canadian is that? Getting up on this big monster truck of an Explorer in the middle of an ice glacier. Or maybe you've been to the Rockies before, you want to do it at your own pace. We do have self-drive rental car options as well. So really for any type of traveler, we do have you covered, and you can book this all into your Rocky Mountaineer package. So it's very seamless, just one reservation. So then the last piece of the puzzle, when do you want to travel? Spring, summer, or fall? They all have amazing advantages.
Beautiful.
So we know summer, everything's on display. You can't go wrong with that. But that is typically when we see most of our international tourists as well. So if you do like the hustle and bustle, maybe you want to go to Stampede next year or something like that, you're going to want to book early. You want to book often because hotels, Gold Leaf train, flights, everything is limited availability, right? That's when everything comes to life with festivals and just so much to see and do with all those attractions. The spring is great for those early birds who, you want to be sort of the first out of the gate, and you get to experience that sort of thaw from the winter, the awakening. Wildlife is just coming out of hibernation. So it's a really fresh, magical time of year, a little bit more quiet and contemplative, tranquil. Dress for this season, because if you're spending time in Banff and Lake Louise, you still can be getting a little bit of snow. But as you move towards Vancouver, they're about a month ahead in terms of their spring season. So you should be getting some good weather there. And then the fall and the autumn, that's quickly becoming Canadians' favorite time to travel out west. I love it myself. You're getting slightly milder temperatures. It's a little bit quieter, but you're still getting great weather. Everything is still open. It's just before things switch over to the winter season. So there's some great deals to be had too. Once the kids go back to school or whatever it is, go off and have some fun on your own. So last thing I want to touch on before I get to some promotions is just some featured packages. Again, we have like 80 or 90 different ones, but looking at the fall, we do have some amazing ones to offer. Journey Through the Clouds excursion. What I love about this one is it combines so much of the outdoors, nature-loving activities in Jasper, Lake Louise, and Banff with that extension through the Columbia ice fields. You really get a little bit of everything. It's a fast moving tour, relatively speaking, one night in each destination. But again, just use these as a template, because if you want to add in an extra night in Vancouver or an extra night in Banff or Lake Louise, absolutely you can do that. But here you see it's 7 days, 6 nights, lots of inclusions here. Anything from guided tours to national parks to the Icefields Parkway tour, the Vancouver Lookout, your hotel accommodation. So this has a lot covered in that. First passage to the west at leisure. If you like that first route, but you really want to focus on Banff and Lake Louise, 2 nights in each destination and sink your teeth in there, this is a really, really popular one. And this is combinable with one of our newest promotions. So you can get even more added value in there, a little bit longer, 8 days, 7 nights. So just taking that outdoor adventure loving aspect to the next level, really focusing on Alberta there. And then finally, if you can't decide, you want to do a little bit of everything, Canadians Escape Rocky Circle. Again, it's a quick moving tour, but it starts and stops in Vancouver. So if you just want to deal with flights in and out of Vancouver, you can do it in either direction. But I like to start by going up north with the train, then working your way down, spending a night in Banff, and then working it back through the first passage of the West. So for those who want to dive deep into that luxury train experience, you're actually getting 4 days on the Rocky Mountaineer rather than 2 or 3 days. So I wouldn't blame you if you want to have 4 days of unlimited food and drink while you're on the train.
Yes.
So I'll wrap up quickly here just with some tools that you might want to use to, start your planning for this year or next. Right now for 2021, what we're doing is making it super easy for you to start booking. We have a flexible booking policy, which essentially gives you fully refundable deposits up to 30 days before you travel. We're also offering 2 free date changes up to 30 days before travel. And if you want to move it to later in the year, so let's say you booked for August, but then you decide you want to move it to September or October, no problem. If you want to move it to 2022, no problem. If you want to move it to 2023, absolutely, we can do that for you. And you also get a name change. So we know we plan for the best, but sometimes life gets in the way. If someone in your party can't go, you can absolutely swap out names as long as you keep one of the original names the same on the booking. So now, who doesn't love a good promotion? We launched this one just before Christmas last year. What better way to get you on a train by saving you some hard-earned cash? The Canadian resident offer, it's the first time we've done a cost savings promotion. The best thing about it, it's available on all packages. There's no blackout dates, so it's for all of the 2021 season, only for Canadians. So we really want you to go out and explore your own country. Up to $1,400 in savings per couple, but even if you're a solo traveler, absolutely, you can still get the deal. And this is combinable with the enhanced flexible booking policy. So if you book for August but want to move to September or October, your promotion will move with you. If you want to move it to 2022, the promotion will move with you as well. And to make that even better, we're combining it with the Fairmont special hotel offer. So this is valid until the end of the week. So please talk to Susan about putting this package together. But if you're thinking about traveling this year and you wanted to do Gold Leaf and you wanted to do Fairmont hotels, instead of $1,400 savings, we have select packages where you can save up to $2,900 per couple. So if that's not going to get you on the train, I don't know what will. And, to be honest, I wouldn't blame anyone for wanting to do Gold Leaf and Fairmont hotels all the way through. What a better way to see. Last but not least, if you are looking to the 2022 season, we do have an amazing promotion available through the summer, valid until August 27th for 8 days or more. And we're seeing Canadians book longer and longer packages so they get their money's worth. You will get added value up to $1,000 per couple. So we'll throw in 2 extra hotel nights. We'll throw in an airport transfer and a dinner of your choice. Again, under the enhanced flexible booking policy, you will have a refundable deposit until December 3rd. So a lot of flexibility there, a lot of time to sort of make up your mind on how you want to do it. But the best advice I can give you right now is, talk to your travel advisor and get booking right away. Okay, Susan, I think I did it in 30 minutes. I was rushing through there as much as I can, but there's so much info. I didn't want anything to be missed.
It was awesome. I mean, everybody should do the Rocky Mountaineer. It's going to take you to places that you won't be able to see by car. The scenery will be stunning. If you're a nature lover, if you are adventurous and you really want to see some spectacular landscape, the Rocky Mountains and the Rocky Mountaineer combined are the way to go, and to see those national parks through, whether you start from Vancouver, Calgary, Jasper, whatever, mix and match, whatever, you will not be disappointed. And I love the fact that the Canadians, first timer, $1,400 off for Canadians to book. If they've never tried the Rocky Mountaineer train, now is the time to say, I'm going to visit Canada. I'm really going to take in that mountain air, right?
100%. And Susan, we were talking about this before we went live, but going back to your backdrop, a destination wedding, a honeymoon, an anniversary vacation, sometimes Rocky Mountaineer and Canada doesn't come, first on the list there, but absolutely, if you want fine dining, you want luxury, you want sort of that elevated river cruise atmosphere, but staying close to home, and then combining that with all of those outdoor nature elements.
Yes.
I can't think of a better place to do it.
Absolutely. And Tyler, we thank you so very much for coming on, because like you said, over like 90 different ways, and it's customizable. So You can make it unique and special for your own personality and the way you like to travel, and have the top notch and service to however you want it to be delivered to you. And I do know that the clients that have gone to on Rocky Mountaineer have come back and said that it's totally breathtaking, amazing. The service was top notch, and we know that the food locally, combining with the local beer, wine, so forth. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that. So thanks so very much for coming on, and let's get Canadians rolling on the Rocky Mountaineer, because it's a great opportunity. And the flexibility of 30 days prior to move it, to name, 2 date changes plus a name change. I mean, you couldn't ask for that better opportunity to be able to be looked after in that case. So people, you got to try the Rocky Mountaineer, and you really got to start booking this, even for 2022, because it's getting booked up, isn't it, Tyler? Like,
it is. I was looking at a report the other day. We had a sales call, and we're something like 400% ahead of what we would have normally seen in a regular travel year. So Canadians are booking earlier than they ever have before. So yeah, if you want a spot on the train, you better get cracking. Absolutely.
And the thing is, you still get those discounts, and that's what's perfect about that. So why not take advantage and get all those extra perks, right?
The early bird gets the worm.
Yeah, they say that, and that's for sure. That's the case. So thanks again, Tyler, for coming on Real Talk Travel. And perhaps again, we can get you talking a little bit more, because you even go into the States, right? And there's opportunity.
We do. I couldn't fit it on this one, but yeah, we do have a new route that's launching this year. Rockies to the Red Rock. So you can check it out on our website, our YouTube page, but it's absolutely breathtaking. Denver to Glenwood Springs, Colorado, and then into Moab. And that's the gateway to all those amazing national parks, Bryce Canyon, Zion, and then all these amazing sightseeing tours that you can take to Las Vegas or Salt Lake City. So we can do a session on that one entirely.
Absolutely. We'll have to have you back again so that you can talk about that, because like you said, there's so many different ways and so forth. But thanks, everybody. Please stay safe, be healthy. Travel is starting. Yes, in other countries, they're already booking it. And Canadians are booking now, even though we can't travel. You're going to see it's going to open, and everybody is got itchy feet. So you need to book early to get the dates that you want to travel. And that's the biggest key right now. But it will happen, and it's opening up quicker than you think. So let's talk, and let's get you inspired to travel, right? And so, Tyler, thanks again, everybody. Thanks for joining today. Be safe, happy, and join us next week, because we're definitely going to have another adventure waiting for you.
Thanks for having me on, Susan.
You're welcome.